Chosen one, listen to me. Do not scroll past this. Do not let your finger move to that skip button. I know the urge is there right now. I know a voice in the back of your mind is whispering, "This is too long," or "This isn't for me," or "I don't have time for this today." That is not your voice, chosen one. That is the hiss of the enemy. That is the desperate attempt of a force that is terrified of what is about to happen in the next few minutes of your life. The enemy would rather you watch hours of meaningless entertainment than spend these sacred moments hearing the truth that will shatter his chains off your life forever. He does not want this video to finish. He didn't even want it to appear on your feed, but here you are. This is not an algorithm. This is a divine appointment. Resist that urge to leave. Plant your feet. Open your spirit. Because the shift of a lifetime, your billionaire shift, starts the moment you decide to stay and receive this truth. I am speaking directly to your heart right now, to that secret place inside you that feels so incredibly tired. I see you, chosen one. I have watched you grow up. I have seen the purity that was planted in your soul from the very beginning. You were never like the others. You felt things more deeply. You loved more fiercely. You carried a weight on your shoulders, even as a child, a sense of responsibility, a sense that you were meant for something more, something vast, something that could help the world. But life has not matched that internal knowing, has it? Let us be honest today. We are in the presence of truth. How many times have you looked around at the people you grew up with? The ones who didn't pray like you prayed, the ones who didn't sacrifice like you sacrificed, the ones who didn't seem to carry that heavy mantle of being chosen. And yet, where are they now? You see them. They are settled. Their children are thriving in expensive universities. Their partners are successful. They take vacations without looking at their bank accounts. They drive cars that don't break down. They live in homes where there is space to breathe, space to dream. And then, you look at your own life. You look at the four walls of the small house you occupy. You look at the bills stacked on the table that always seem to outweigh the income. You feel the constant, grinding pressure of just enough, and sometimes not even that. And the question burns in your soul, doesn't it? You whisper it in the dark when no one else can hear. You cry it out into your pillow so your family doesn't wake up. Lord, why them and not me? Am I cursed? Did I do something wrong? I thought I was your chosen one. Why does being chosen feel so much like being punished? I hear those cries. They are not lost. I know the battle you fight every day to keep bitterness out of your heart. It is so hard not to be jealous when you are struggling to put food on the table and others are feasting. It is so hard to keep praising God when your prayers seem to hit a brass ceiling and bounce right back down. And because this pain is so great, because the dissonance between what you feel inside and what you see outside is so vast, you have done something to survive. You have created a defense mechanism. You have begun to accept a lie. I see you, chosen one, resigning yourself to this fate. I hear the narrative you have constructed to cope with the disappointment. You tell yourself, perhaps this is just my cross to bear. Perhaps poverty is my path to holiness. You look at your dreams, those grand, beautiful dreams, and you fold them up and put them away in a dusty corner of your heart. You say to yourself, it's okay. I don't need a big house. I don't need millions. Maybe in the next realm, when I am with Jesus in heaven, then I will live in a mansion. Then I will have abundance. For now, I will just suffer through this life. You have accepted it. You have stopped fighting for your rightful inheritance on this earth because the fight has exhausted you. You feel like it is the end of the road. But oh, chosen one, Hear the voice of the one who called you out of darkness. That acceptance, that resignation, it is a stench in the nostrils of the enemy, yes, because he loves to see you defeated. But it breaks the heart of your Savior, because your intentions were never selfish. I know your heart. Jesus knows your heart. He has searched it thoroughly. When you dreamed of wealth, when you prayed for millions, it wasn't so you could buy 10 sports cars and ignore the world. No, I remember your prayers. I remember you saying, "Lord, if you bless me, I will feed every hungry child in this city. Lord, if you give me a mansion, I will open its doors to the widow and the orphan. I will build hospitals. I will fund missions. I will serve humanity until my last breath. I just need the resources to do it." You carry the heart of a king, the heart of a queen, ready to dispense benevolence to the world. You have a purpose, a massive, undeniable purpose to be a conduit of God's resources to a broken world. But that purpose is currently lost. It is suffocating under the weight of your small reality. You cannot feed the multitude when you are struggling to feed yourself. You cannot build houses for the homeless when you are afraid of losing your own small roof. The enemy knows this. The enemy knows that if you ever got your hands on the wealth destined for you, his kingdom of darkness would suffer a catastrophic blow. He knows you wouldn't just hoard it, you would weaponize that wealth for good. So he had to stop you. He couldn't stop God from blessing you. The blessings were already released. So he had to find a way to divert them. He had to find a way to steal them before they reached your doorstep. And this, chosen one, is where the hardest truth must be told. This is where we rip the bandage off the wound so it can finally heal. You have created a bad image of yourself in your mind. You see yourself as unworthy, forgotten, perhaps even secretly disliked by God because your prayers aren't answered. Today, Jesus himself is here to present this message to you, to smash that negative image into dust. He is here to vindicate you. He is here to expose what has been happening behind your back while you were busy crying and blaming yourself. It was never you, chosen one. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are a victim of grand spiritual larceny. Something big has been decided for you in the heavenly courts today. The verdict is in. The delays are over. Jesus is pulling back the curtain on your life, and what he is showing you is painful, but it is necessary for your liberation. There is a reason you are in that small house. There is a reason your bank account stays low despite your hard work and faithful tithes. It is not because God is withholding it. It's because someone else is intercepted it. Your destiny, your financial flow, the tangible rewards of your faithfulness have been siphoned off. They have been taken by a woman. This is not a stranger. This is not some distant enemy. This is someone close. Someone who smiles to your face at family gatherings. Someone who asks how you are doing, secretly delighting in the fact that you are still struggling. She is in your family. She is a relative from your husband's side of the family. I know this is hard to hear. Your mind is racing right now. Faces are popping into your head. Don't push it away. Let the Holy Spirit confirm what your intuition has suspected for years. There is a woman near you who has acted as a spiritual blockage. She has positioned herself in the spirit realm to absorb the light that was meant for you. She has blocked the light of Christ from fully illuminating your circumstances. Think about it. Think about the prayers you have prayed in the midnight hour, the tears you have sown on your altar. You prayed for breakthrough. You prayed for abundance. Those prayers were heard. The answers were dispatched. But she, through jealousy, through spiritual manipulation, through agreements with dark things that you would never touch, she has been stealing those prayers. She has been taking the spiritual equity you have built up through your suffering and your faithfulness, and she has been cashing it in for herself. She gets the reward of your labor. You fast, and she feasts. You pray, and she prospers. You cry out for a humble abode, and she builds a mansion. Listen to the title of this message again, and let it sink into your marrow. She's built her mansion with your millions. It is literal. The resources she enjoys today, the luxury she flaunts, the ease with which her children live, it was earmarked for you in heaven. It carries your name on the spiritual shipping L, but she intercepted the delivery. While you live in a small house, questioning your worth, she is living in the manifestation of your prayers. It is the ultimate injustice. It is a violation of spiritual law. And for a long time, it seemed like she was getting away with it. It seemed like heaven was silent. But Jesus says today, enough is enough. The silence is broken. The scheme is exposed. The thief has been caught red-handed. Jesus saw it all happening, chosen one. He watched every moment of it. He saw the theft. He saw the betrayal. And more importantly, he saw you. He saw you struggling under a yoke that wasn't yours. He saw you trying to maintain your integrity while living in lack. And hear this, and let it heal your heart. You are being tested, and you have passed. The test wasn't the poverty. The test was your reaction to the poverty, while knowing you were called to more. You kept your faith intact. Even when you were angry, even when you were confused, you didn't curse God and die. You didn't leave Jesus. You stayed at his feet, even when his hands seemed closed to you. You didn't sell your soul for a quick buck. You didn't compromise your morals to get ahead like others did. You stayed pure in a dirty world. And because you passed the test, the dynamic is shifting right now. The season of theft is over. The season of restitution has begun. Jesus himself has stepped into the situation as your divine advocate and your grand executor. He has gone into the enemy's camp. He has gone into the spiritual storehouses of that woman who betrayed you. He has identified every blessing that was stolen from you, every dollar, every opportunity, every connection, every moment of peace that was rightfully yours. And he hasn't just retrieved them. Oh, chosen one, our God is not a God of mere even exchanges. When a thief is caught, they must pay back sevenfold. But for his chosen one, for the one who endured the long night of the soul without losing faith, Jesus is doing something unprecedented. He has brought back all those stolen blessings, and he has violently multiplied them. He is declaring over your life today a 1,000x return. You heard it right. Do not shrink back from the magnitude of this prophecy. The millions that were stolen are returning as billions. We are moving past enough to get by. We are moving past comfortable. We are moving into kingdom wealth. We are moving into the kind of wealth that changes nations. Your house, that small house that feels like a prison, is about to become a testimony of the past. Your bank account, so often empty, is right now, as you listen to my voice, being supernaturally subjected to an influx of billion-dollar blessings. Your life will now be like a queen, not for vanity, not for pride, but because Jesus knows that only a true chosen one who has suffered and kept a pure, he knows he can trust you with billions. He knows you will not just build your own mansion, though you will, and it will be glorious, but you will immediately turn around and ask, Lord, who can I bless today? You are the safe pair of hands God has been waiting for. The transfer has begun. The enemy is screaming. The relative who stole from you is about to see her spiritual house of cards collapse. And you, chosen one, you need to secure yourself in this moment. You need to lock in this truth. Jesus is surrounding you right now with the infinite light of Christ. The protective barriers are going up. From this moment forward, no weapon formed against you and your family shall ever prosper. The era of being a victim is over. The era of the victorious queen has begun. You need to align yourself with this shift immediately. You need to open your mouth and declare what heaven has already decreed. Jesus wants you to declare this boldly in the comments down below right now. Do not wait until the video is over. Do it now as an act of faith, as a seal upon this word. Type it out. I am receiving my biggest blessing ever. I am a billionaire now. Type it. Believe it. Feel the reality of it settling into your spirit. And listen, as we move deeper into this revelation, as we uncover exactly how this restoration will take place and how you must prepare your heart for this massive influx of wealth. Remember what I said at the start. The urge to skip, the urge to stop watching. It will try to come back. The enemy will try to distract you with a phone call, a negative thought, a sudden worry. Resist it. Fight for your breakthrough by staying present in this message. Your billionaire shift is happening right now, in this very moment of focused faith. We are just getting started, chosen one. The full vindication is at hand. Stay with me, chosen one. We are entering the deep waters now. We are walking into the secret chambers where the enemy has hidden the files on your life. Earlier, we established the truth. You are not cursed. You are robbed. But to take back what is yours, you must understand how it was taken. You must understand who took it. And you must understand the depth of the betrayal so that you can close this door forever. Jesus wants to walk you through the anatomy of this theft. He wants to validate every suspicion you have ever buried in your gut. You know that feeling, don't you? That strange, heavy feeling you get when a certain name is mentioned. That drop in your spirit when you see a certain car pull into the driveway. You have tried to be a good Christian. You have tried to love your enemies. You have told yourself, "Oh, I'm just being sensitive. She is family. She means well." But Jesus is here to tell you today, your spirit was right. Your intuition was the Holy Spirit screaming a warning that your mind was too afraid to accept. We are talking about her, the woman from your husband's side of the family, the relative who has woven herself into the fabric of your life, like a poisonous vine. She is not a stranger. If she were a stranger, she would have no power over you. But because she is family, because she has access to your home, to your children, to your personal news, she has access to your spirit. And this is how the theft began. It didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, methodical draining of your destiny. Jesus is showing me a vision of her right now. He is showing me her heart. On the outside, she smiles. She calls you dear. She asks about your plans. She asks, "How is your son doing? How is your husband's business? What are you praying for?" And you, because you have a pure heart, because you are a chosen one who cannot conceive of such darkness, you answered her. You shared your D. You shared your struggles. You told her what you were believing God for. But listen to me closely. Information is ammunition to the enemy. Every time you shared a dream with her, she didn't pray for you. She prayed against you. She took that information and brought it before her dark altars. She used her words, not to bless, but to bind. This is what we call the evil eye in the spiritual realm. It is a spirit of monitoring. She has been monitoring you, chosen one, watching your rise and fall. And the moment she sees a blessing coming your way, the moment she sees the light of Christ bringing a financial breakthrough toward your house, she intercepts it. Imagine a pipeline, a golden pipeline flowing from heaven directly to your home. That pipeline is filled with the millions God has ordained for you. It is filled with the peace, the joy, the resources you need to build your mansion and serve humanity. But she has installed a diversion valve. ... Through her jealousy, which burns like a fire in her bones, she has created a spiritual bypass. When the blessing comes down, she siphons it. She redirects the flow. She didn't build her mansion with her own favor. She didn't build it with her own righteousness. She built it with your materials. She built it with the bricks that were stamped with your name. Let us look at the evidence. Jesus wants you to see the contrast, not to make you bitter, but to wake you up to the injustice so you can demand your restoration. Look at her life. Look at the house she lives in. It is spacious, isn't it? It has rooms that are empty because there is so much space. It has marble floors. It has high ceilings. It has a kitchen where she can cook feasts without bumping into anything. It has a garden where she can sit and drink tea in peace. Now, look at where you are. Jesus sees your small house. He sees the cramped corners. He sees the repairs that need to be done, but you can't afford. He sees how you try to make it a home, how you clean it and decorate it with love. But deep down, your soul feels squeezed. You feel like a giant living in a box. Every time you visit her, or every time you see pictures of her home, a quiet voice inside you asks, why? Why is it so easy for her? She renovates her kitchen just because she's bored with the color. You struggle to fix a leaking pipe. She buys new furniture to match the season. You are still using the same sofa you've had for a decade, covering the worn spots with blankets. And the enemy whispers to you, see, God loves her more. See, you are a failure. That is a lie. She is not blessed. She is a thief. That marble floor, that should be yours. That spacious garden, that was designed for your quiet time with God. She is living in a stolen reality. And it's not just the house. It cuts deeper than that. Think about the children. Think about your son. You have poured your life into your son. You have prayed over him. You have fasted for him. You have loved him with a sacrificial love that only a mother knows. And yet, you see the struggles. You see the obstacles that seem to pop up in his path out of nowhere. You see him working twice as hard to get half as far. And then you look at her children. They seem to glide through life. Doors open for them that were never even locked. They get the jobs. They get the partners. They get the scholarships. They are well settled. And she? Oh, she loves to rub it in, doesn't she? Oh, my son just got promoted again. Oh, my daughter's buying her second home. Oh, we're so proud. They're doing so well. She says it with a smile, but her eyes are watching you. She is watching to see if you crack. She is feeding off your pain. She is taking the energy of your disappointment and using it to fuel her vanity. She knows, deep in her spirit, that her children are shining with the light that was stolen from your lineage. She knows that the favor covering them was stripped from your son. This is a hard truth, chosen one. It brings tears to your eyes even now. But Jesus is catching those tears. He is bottling them, because every tear you have shed over this disparity is a seed for the billion-dollar harvest that is about to hit your life. Think about the lifestyle. While you are calculating every penny at the grocery store, deciding what to put back on the shelf, she is booking vacations. She travels to the hills. She goes to the places you dream of, those scenic, quiet hill stations you love, where the air is fresh and the mountains touch the sky. She sends photos of the view. She talks about how refreshing it is. You look at those photos and your heart aches. You belong there. Your soul craves that beauty, that silence, that connection with God in nature. But you are stuck here, grinding, working, barely making ends meet. Why? Because she took your vacation. She took your rest. She stole the financial margin that was meant to give you peace. She's living the life of a queen, using the crown that belongs to you. You have often cursed your destiny, haven't you? You have looked in the mirror and said, "What is wrong with me? Am I not smart enough? Am I not faithful enough? Did I sin in a past life?" Jesus is stepping in front of that mirror right now. He's wiping away the fog of your confusion. He says, "My child, look at me. There is nothing wrong with you. You are not less than. You are simply under attack. You have been fighting a spiritual battle with physical weapons. You have been trying to work harder, save more, budget better, but you cannot budget your way out of a spiritual robbery. You cannot work your way out of a curse that acts like a hole in your pocket. You earn money, and the car breaks down. You save a little, and a medical bill comes. You finally get a bonus, and something in the house explodes. That is not life. That is the devourer. And that devourer has been dispatched by the jealousy of this woman. She has spoken words over your finances. They will never get ahead. They will always struggle. They are meant to be beneath us. And because you didn't know, because you kept letting her into your life, kept inviting her to your table, kept answering her calls, those words took root. But today, the root is being pulled up. Today, the mask is being ripped off her face. Jesus is exposing the friendly relative for what she is, a spiritual parasite. She has built her mansion with your millions. She is sleeping in your bed of comfort. She is driving your car of luxury. She is eating your banquet of abundance. And the worst part? She thinks she has won. She thinks you have accepted it. She sees you quiet. She sees you resigned. And she thinks, good. She knows her place. She will stay in that small house forever, and I will keep rising. She mistakes your meekness for weakness. She mistakes your silence for defeat. But she forgot who your father is. She forgot that you are a chosen one. She forgot that the battle is not yours, but the Lord's. And the Lord has been watching. The Lord has been keeping a ledger. She thought no one saw her whispers in the dark. She thought no one saw the evil eye she cast upon your son. She thought no one noticed the spiritual transactions she made to swap her destiny for yours. But the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, and he saw it all. He saw the nights you cried yourself to sleep, feeling like a failure, while she posted pictures of her success. He felt the sting of every backhanded compliment she gave you. He felt the weight of the poverty you have carried with such dignity. And Jesus is angry. Not at you, for you. There is a holy anger rising in the courts of heaven right now. The King is standing up from his throne. You see, chosen one, God allows the wheat and the tares to grow together for a season. He allows the enemy to think he is winning. Why? So that the victory, when it comes, is undeniable. So that the restoration is absolute. He allowed her to build that mansion. He allowed her to accumulate that wealth. Do you know why? Because the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. She has been gathering it for you. She thinks she is building her legacy, but she is merely acting as a temporary custodian for your inheritance. She has done the work. She has built the structure. She has amassed the millions. And now, by the decree of the highest court, the ownership is about to change hands. The deed to the mansion is being rewritten in the spirit realm. The name on the account is being changed from hers to yours. You are not just going to get some money. You are not just going to get a little help. You are going to take back everything she stole, multiplied by the power of God's justice. That small house? It is just a cocoon. You are about to burst forth. That empty bank account? It is about to be flooded with the restitution of decades of theft. But you must get angry, chosen one. Not a sinful anger, but a righteous indignation. You must stop accepting the lie that you are meant to be poor. You must stop saying, "It's okay." It is not okay. It is not okay for the daughter of the king to live in lack while the thief lives in luxury. It is not okay for your son to struggle while the children of the envious prosper. You must look at your situation today and say, "No more." You must look at that small house and say, "This is not my final destination." She is going to have to watch as her cisterns run dry and your fountains overflow. She will witness your billionaire shift. She will see you rise from that small house into a mansion that makes hers look like a shack. She will see your son elevated to positions of power and influence that her children could never touch. And she will know that the God of the chosen one has moved. But first, we must seal this understanding. You must consciously reject the theft. Jesus says, "My daughter, do not envy her, pity her, for she is holding a stolen coal that is about to burn her hands. But for you, open your hands wide." Are you ready to take it back? Are you ready to stop being the victim of her jealousy and start being the victor of God's justice? The theft has been exposed. The method has been revealed. The thief has been identified. Now, we move to the courtroom. Now, we move to the verdict. The enemy is trembling because you are still watching. He thought you would click away when I started talking about the evil eye or the family member. He thought you would be too scared to face the truth. But you are still here. You are stronger than he thought. And because you are still here, the process of extraction has begun. The cords she tied around your finances are snapping. Snap, snap, snap. Hear them breaking in the spirit? Every cord of jealousy, broken. Every word of poverty she spoke over you, broken. Every monitoring spirit she sent to watch your house, blinded. You are becoming dangerous to the kingdom of darkness, chosen one. You are waking up. And as we move into the next part of this message, we are going to walk into the divine courtroom together. We're going to stand before the judge of the universe. And you are going to hear the verdict that will change your financial status from struggling to billionaire in the blink of an eye. Do not move. Do not let your attention waver. Blank. Declare this right now in the comments to let the enemy know you know who he is. Write this down with fire in your fingers. I reclaim my stolen millions. I am the rightful owner of God's wealth. Write it. Let the relative who stole from you feel the vibration of that declaration in the spirit. Let the atmosphere in your small house change right now. We are going up, chosen one. We are going to the throne room. Silence in the court. The atmosphere is shifting, chosen one. Can you feel the weight of it? It is not a heavy weight like the burden of poverty you have been carrying. It is the weight of glory. It is the weight of justice. We have left the earthly realm where your relative plays her games. We have left the realm where she whispers her jealousies and casts her evil eyes. Where we stand now, she has no voice. Where we stand now, her manipulations cannot breathe. Welcome to the courts of heaven. You may have never thought of prayer as a courtroom, but this is where your destiny is decided. You have been crying out to God as a father, and he has heard you. But today, because the theft has been so great, because the injustice has been so criminal, he is not just sitting as your father. Today, the Ancient of Days has taken his seat as the just judge. See him in your spirit. He is seated on the throne of justice. The books are being opened. The angels are standing as witnesses. And you, chosen one, you are standing there, trembling, perhaps feeling unworthy, perhaps wondering if you have done enough to deserve this vindication. But look who stands beside you. You are not alone in this court. You have an advocate. You have a lawyer who has never lost a case. Jesus himself is standing at your right hand. He looks at you with eyes of infinite love, and he whispers, "Let me do the talking today." You have fought long enough. You have defended yourself long enough. Today, I plead your case. The accuser, the enemy who used your relative to rob you, tries to step forward. He tries to bring up your mistakes. He tries to say, "But she sinned here," or "He doubted there." He tries to say, "They don't deserve the billions. They live in a small house because they have small faith." Objection. The voice of Jesus thunders through the halls of eternity. "Objection," says the Lord. "This child is covered by my blood. Their mistakes are paid for, but the theft committed against them, that is an open crime, and we are here to settle the accounts." Jesus steps forward to the bench. He opens the book of your life, and what does he show the Father? Does he show your failures? No, he shows your tears. He holds up a golden vial. "Father," Jesus says, "look at these tears. These are the tears my chosen one cried in the midnight hour. These are the tears they swallowed when they saw their family struggling. These are the tears of a pure heart that was broken by betrayal." He turns the page of the book. "Look at their faithfulness, Father. When they had little, they still gave. When they lived in that small house, they still offered gratitude. When that woman, that relative, mocked them with her prosperity, they did not return evil for evil. They kept their hands clean." And then Jesus brings out the evidence against the thief. He pulls back the veil on the relative's life. He exposes the dark prayers. He exposes the envy. He shows the spiritual transactions where she traded her integrity for your prosperity. The court is silent. The evidence is undeniable. The well-settled life she lives is proven to be a fraud. It is built on a foundation of stolen blessings. Now, chosen one, you need to understand something very important. You have asked, why the delay? Why did God wait so long? Why did he let me suffer in that small house for years while she enjoyed my millions? This is the question that has tormented you. But listen to the wisdom of the court. The delay was not a denial. The delay was a sting operation. If God had stopped her immediately, you might have recovered a little. You might have gotten a small blessing back. But God plays the long game. He follows the spiritual law of restitution. In the laws of the Spirit, if a thief is caught, they must repay. But if the thief is allowed to steal and build and hoard, and then is caught, the repayment is not just what they took. It is multiplied. God allowed her to build that mansion. He allowed her to fill those bank accounts. He allowed her to reach the pinnacle of her success. Why? So that when the gavel comes down, which is happening right now, the transfer of wealth would be massive. He waited until the account was full. He waited until the interest had compounded. He waited until the harvest was so big that it would turn you from a survivor into a billionaire. The delay was your investment period. Every day you waited, the value of your restitution went up. Every day you suffered, the multiplier increased. You thought you were losing time. In reality, you were gaining equity. And now, the judge is ready to render the verdict. The courtroom goes still. The angels hold their breath. The enemy cowers in the corner, knowing he has lost. The Ancient of Days looks at you. He looks at your small house. He looks at your empty hands. And then he looks at the mountain of wealth that has been hoarded by the thief. He raises the gavel of justice. Bang! The sound ripples through every dimension. It shakes the foundations of the earth. It shakes the walls of that relative's mansion. "Guilty," cries the judge. The thief is found guilty of spiritual larceny. The relative is found guilty of diverting the destiny of my chosen one. And here is the sentence. Listen to it, receive it, let it rewrite your DNA. I decree an immediate and total transfer of assets. This is the verdict of heaven. Everything that the cankerworm has eaten, everything the locust has destroyed, everything the jealous eye has stolen, it is hereby returned to the chosen one. But not just returned, it is multiplied by the measure of my grace and the severity of the offense. I sentence the spirit of poverty to release this bloodline forever. I sentence the spirit of lack to be cast into the abyss. And I grant the title deed, the spiritual and physical ownership of the billions held in the enemy's camp to my faithful servant. It is done. The gavel has fallen. The judgment is sealed. It cannot be appealed. It cannot be overturned. Do you understand what just happened, chosen one? Legally, in the spirit realm, you are no longer poor. Legally, you are no longer the owner of a small house. Legally, you are a billionaire. The paperwork has been signed in the blood of the Lamb. The transfer has been. The angels have been dispatched as the enforcement agents to execute this judgment on the earth. This means the small house you are sitting in right now, it is a lie. It is a leftover shell of a past season. It is like living in a hotel room after you have already bought the castle. You are just waiting for the keys to be handed over. But the ownership is already yours. You need to stop cursing your destiny, because your destiny has just been redeemed. You need to stop looking at your friends and feeling inferior. They may be settled, but you are about to be exalted. There's a difference. Being settled is human. Being exalted is divine. Jesus turns to you in the courtroom. He smiles, the joy of victory in his eyes. He hands you a scroll. It is the written verdict. He says to you, "My child, take this, read it, believe it, and stop acting like the victim." This is the hardest part for you, chosen one. You have been in the small house for so long. You have started to think small. You have worn the clothes of poverty for so long, they feel like your skin. But Jesus says, take it off. Take off the mindset of the victim. Take off the acceptance of mediocrity. You cannot carry a billionaire blessing with a poverty mindset. You cannot build a mansion for the kingdom if you are still afraid to buy a coffee. The verdict demands a shift in your identity. The court says you are wealthy. So why do you still speak like you are poor? The court says you are the head and not the tail. So why do you bow down to the opinions of that relative? Today, the fear of her evil eye must die. The verdict has rendered her powerless. Her jealousy is now like a gun with no bullets. It clicks, but it cannot fire. You are protected by the judgment of the Most High. And now, as we stand in this victorious courtroom, Jesus wants you to do something prophetic. He wants you to accept the verdict. A verdict is given by a judge, but it must be received by the client. You have to sign for the delivery. If you walk away from this video now, if you say, "This is too good to be true," you are leaving the papers on the desk. You are walking out of the court without your inheritance. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare let the enemy whisper doubt into your ear at this critical moment. Is this real? Is this for me? Yes, it is for you. Who else would it be for? Who else has suffered like you? Who else has prayed like you? The billions are yours. The mansion is yours. The capacity to feed the poor and serve humanity is yours. You have to reach out in the spirit and grab it. The judge is watching. The advocate is waiting. Say it with your mouth. Let your own ears hear the sound of your authority. I accept the verdict. Say it again. I accept the justice of God. The relative who built her mansion with your millions is about to experience a shaking. The foundations of her false success are crumbling because the legal right to that wealth has been stripped from her. And you are about to experience the billionaire shift. It starts in the mind. It starts in the spirit. And then it manifests in the natural with speed and power that will make your head spin. The next time you walk into your small house, do not see it as your prison. See it as your packing station. You are moving out. You are moving up. The next time you see a bill, do not panic. Look at it and laugh. Say to it, you are already paid. My Father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and the verdict has cleared my accounts. This is the energy of the chosen one. This is the posture of the victor. Jesus wants you to seal this legal victory right now. He wants you to type the verdict in the comments. This is your digital signature on the heavenly document. Type this bold declaration. Case closed. I am the billionaire chosen one. Type it. Let the enemy see it. Let the relative see it. Even if she doesn't read it, her spirit will feel it. Case closed. I am the billionaire chosen one. The gavel has fallen. The theft is over. But now comes the most exciting part. Now that the verdict is given, how does the delivery happen? How does a person go from a small house to $1 billion? The mind cannot comprehend it. Logic says impossible. But we are not dealing with logic. We are dealing with the mechanics of the miraculous. In the next part of this message, Jesus is going to show you the how. He is going to explain the 1000x multiplication. He is going to show you the channels through which this wealth is going to flood your life. It is not just a lottery ticket. It is a systemic, divine overhaul of your reality. You need to prepare your container, chosen one. If God poured $1 billion into your life right now, would you be ready? Or would you break? We are going to prepare you. We are going to expand your capacity. Stay with me. The court is adjourned, but the treasury is just opening its doors. The verdict is signed. The gavel has struck. But now, chosen one, we must talk about the logistics of your blessing. We must talk about the math of God. You are sitting there, perhaps in that small house, looking at a bank balance that barely covers the essentials, and you hear the word billionaire. Your mind tries to reject it. Your logic tries to shrink it down. You think, Lord, I would be happy with just enough to pay my debts. I would be happy with just $1 million to buy a nice house. But Jesus says, stop limiting me. You are bringing a teaspoon to the ocean. You are bringing a cup to a waterfall. The relative, the thief. She stole your millions. This is why the title of your life is changing from survivor to billionaire. But how? How does this happen? The enemy wants you to think this is impossible, so you will give up. He wants you to think, I don't have a business. I don't have rich parents. How can I become a billionaire? Oh, you of little faith. Do you think God needs a job market to bless you? Do you think the creator of gold and silver needs the economy to be good to make you rich? Let me show you the mechanics of the multiplier. Let me show you how the floodgates open. 1. The supernatural recall of wealth. The moment the verdict was read, a signal went out to the 4 corners of the earth. The Holy Spirit is currently navigating the banking systems, the legal systems, and the hidden places of the world. There are inheritances you didn't know existed with your name on them. There are government errors that have withheld money from you that are suddenly being corrected. There are investments that your ancestors made or that were spiritually deposited for you that are about to mature overnight. You are going to check your mail, and there will be a letter. You are going to check your account, and there will be a deposit. And it won't be a mistake. It will be the recall. God is pulling money from the places where it was stuck and routing it to you. 2. The explosion of divine ideas. The relative who stole from you, she has money, but she doesn't have inspiration. She copies. She mimics. But you? Jesus is about to drop a billion-dollar idea into your spirit. It might happen while you sleep. It might happen while you are washing dishes in that small kitchen. Suddenly, you will see a solution to a problem. You will see an invention, a book, a business concept that is so simple yet so revolutionary that it will generate wealth faster than you can count it. This isn't working hard for money. This is downloading wealth from heaven. One idea from God is worth more than a lifetime of labor. That relative worked for years to build her mansion. You will build yours with one divine instruction. 3. The lottery effect. Favor without sorrow. I am not telling you to gamble. I am telling you that the odds of life are being rigged in your favor. Competitions you enter, you win. Random drawings, your name is pulled. Houses you want to buy, the price drops miraculously just for you. Where others face red tape, you will face red carpets. The luck that the relatives seem to have, it was stolen from you. Now it returns, purified and amplified. You will walk into rooms and people will just want to give you money. They will want to invest in you. They will say, I don't know why, but I need to bless you. That is the 1000x favor in action. 4. The transfer of assets. And yes, we must address the uncomfortable truth. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. That relative, her empire is built on sand. As her stolen blessings dry up, your reservoir fills up. You may find that opportunities she loses are offered to you. You may find that the very resources she flaunted end up in your hands. God is rewriting the deeds. He is moving the comma in your bank account 3 spaces to the right. Then another 3 spaces. You need to breathe, chosen one. I can feel your heart racing. Billions? Me in this small house? Yes, you. The small house is exactly why you qualify. Because you know what it means to lack. You will never abuse the plenty. Because you know what it feels like to be looked down upon. You will use your billions to lift others up. God cannot give $1 billion to a proud man. It would destroy him. But he can give it to a broken woman who has been healed by his love. He can give it to a mother who just wants to protect her son. We are moving past the millionaire mindset. A millionaire buys a nice car. A billionaire builds a car factory to give jobs. A millionaire goes to a nice hospital. A billionaire builds a wing of the hospital and makes treatment free for the poor. This is the level Jesus is calling you to. He is not giving you this money just to decorate your life. He is giving you this money to change the world. That is why the enemy is terrified. That is why he tried to get you to skip this video. If you just get a little money, you are comfortable. If you get billions, you are dangerous. You become a kingdom financier. You become a threat to the kingdom of darkness because you have the resources to push back the night. So look around your small house one last time. Look at the peeling paint. Look at the old furniture. Look at the lack. And say to it, you are temporary. You are a memory. You are about to build a mansion, not out of vanity, but out of testimony. Your new home will be a beacon. When people drive past it, they won't say, look how rich she is. They will say, "Look what the Lord has done for." It will be a place of rest, a place of worship. Imagine the rooms, chosen one. Imagine a room just for prayer, filled with light. Imagine a kitchen where you can cook for hundreds of people if you want to. Imagine a backyard where your son can run, where he can breathe, where he is safe from the evil eye because the walls of salvation surround your property. This is not a fantasy. This is a blueprint. Jesus is holding the blueprints in his hands right now. He is waiting for you to say, "I am ready to build." But to handle 1,000 times blessings, you need 1,000 times capacity. You need to stop worrying about the electric bill. That is small thinking. Start thinking about how you will manage your charitable foundation. Start thinking about the legacy you will leave for your grandchildren's grandchildren. The thief, your relative, thought she won the lottery with your stolen blessings. She thought she was smart, but she was playing checkers while God was playing chess. She took the pawn. God gave you the kingdom. The 1,000x multiplication is starting now. Not tomorrow, not next year. The spiritual activation happens the moment you agree with this word. Your bank account is a spiritual container. Right now, angels are expanding it. They are reinforcing the walls so it doesn't burst when the flood comes. Are you ready for the notification? Are you ready for the phone call? Are you ready for the shift that turns you into the lender and not the borrower? Jesus wants you to practice the language of the billionaire right now. A billionaire doesn't beg. A billionaire decrees. A billionaire doesn't worry. A billionaire plans. I want you to make a specific declaration to activate this mechanics of multiplication. I want you to tell the universe that your capacity has expanded. Type this in the comments, and as you type it, visualize the zeros adding to your account. Visualize the small house dissolving and the mansion rising. Type, "I am ready for the 1,000x is my portion." Feel the power of that number. 1,000x. It is the number of the chosen. It is the number of the remnant. The relative has her millions. Let her keep them. They are heavy with guilt. You are getting the billions of blessing. Clean wealth, sorrow-free wealth, wealth that comes with the peace of God. And remember, this wealth has a purpose. You are not just being blessed to live in luxury, though you will. You are being blessed to fulfill a mission that was aborted when the thief attacked you. You have a destiny to serve humanity. You have a destiny to be a mother to the motherless. In the next part, we are going to talk about that mission. We are going to talk about the billionaire mission, because the only way to keep this wealth is to circulate it. The only way to stay protected from the enemy's counterattack is to use the money for God's glory. Jesus is going to show you exactly what he wants you to do with the first billion. It will be a place of rest, a place of worship. Imagine the rooms, chosen one. Imagine a room just for prayer, filled with light. Imagine a kitchen where you can cook for hundreds of people if you want to. Imagine a backyard where your son can run, where he can breathe, where he is safe from the evil eye because the walls of salvation surround your property. This is not a fantasy. This is a blueprint. Jesus is holding the blueprints in his hands right now. He is waiting for you to say, "I am ready to build." But to handle 1,000 times blessings, you need 1,000 times capacity. You need to stop worrying about the electric bill. That is small thinking. Start thinking about how you will manage your charitable foundation. Start thinking about the legacy you will leave for your grandchildren's grandchildren. The thief, your relative, thought she won the lottery with your stolen blessings. She thought she was smart, but she was playing checkers while God was playing chess. She took the pawn. God gave you the kingdom. The 1,000x multiplication is starting now. Not tomorrow, not next year. The spiritual activation happens the moment you agree with this word. Your bank account is a spiritual container. Right now, angels are expanding it. They are reinforcing the walls so it doesn't burst when the flood comes. Are you ready for the notification? Are you ready for the phone call? Are you ready for the shift that turns you into the lender and not the borrower? Jesus wants you to practice the language of the billionaire right now. A billionaire doesn't beg. A billionaire decrees. A billionaire doesn't worry. A billionaire plans. I want you to make a specific declaration to activate this mechanics of multiplication. I want you to tell the universe that your capacity has expanded. Type this in the comments, and as you type it, visualize the zeros adding to your account. Visualize the small house dissolving and the mansion rising. Type, I am ready for the 1000x is my portion. Feel the power of that number. 1000x. It is the number of the chosen. It is the number of the remnant. The relative has her millions. Let her keep them. They are heavy with guilt. You are getting the billions of blessing. Clean wealth. Sorrow-free wealth. Wealth that comes with the peace of God. And remember, this wealth has a purpose. You are not just being blessed to live in luxury, though you will. You are being blessed to fulfill a mission that was aborted when the thief attacked you. You have a destiny to serve humanity. You have a destiny to be a mother to the motherless. In the next part, we are going to talk about that mission. We are going to talk about the billionaire mission, because the only way to keep this wealth is to circulate it. The only way to stay protected from the enemy's counterattack is to use the money for God's glory. Jesus is going to show you exactly what he wants you to do with the first billion.